Do you like frogs?
Oh, so cute. Squishy.
Do you like 100 frogs? Welcome to my home, where I've spent the past 100 days creating the safest compound ever with one goal: beating the Ender Dragon in parkour. Where if you die, your world gets permanently deleted. Now that I'm in, it's a race against time. I immediately got wood, stone, tools, all the essentials. You might notice my UI is super small. That's because I uploaded the first 10 days as YouTube shorts, but it turns normal sized after day 10. I went walking around and found a village. This guarantees two things: money and food. This wheat is like 50 days of food. These first few days are nothing compared to the last 20 days, where I have to beat the Ender Dragon, survive another fortress, and fight in the end cities. I said hi to the villagers, but it's getting dark soon, so I need shelter. I'm picking this little beach to build my base, and I don't have a lot of resources, so I'm just doing the Luke the Notable tower strat. Who cares about the base? I need a wall. A lot of mobs spawn in this difficulty, so I need some protection. The house is looking a little rough, but whatever. That's a problem for tomorrow. Day 2, there's immediately a creeper waiting outside my base. That's why I built the wall. I killed the golem for some spare iron and made a shield and bucket. There's a huge cave near my base. I might get some iron here. Come on, please. Yeah, no, I'm leaving. What is this weird ball thing? Why is it here? When did Minecraft add this? There's a lava pool right next to my base. I'm making the portal, but I am not going to the nether. I will get some coal though. Somebody has to pay the electricity bills. Get it? Because torches are light. Nope, that's not enough applause. The base is almost done. I just need some windows. Instead, I added this weird arch thing to the entrance. It adds literally zero safety. Oh wait, I did start smelting some glass. The windows are officially in. I can't have sand floors though. I hate how the sand gets in between my toes. There was a mob spawn camping my wall again. Ooh, two. It was two. My goal for day 3 is to tame a dog, and I saw some on this mountain, but I only have one bone, so if this works, you better subscribe. On the YouTube shorts, I asked you guys what to name him, and eventually his name ended up being John. So, hi John. I brought him home, but he's sleeping outside. Guess what? I'm building another wall. An outer wall this time. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, this base will have a lot of walls. It took the whole day, but the outer wall is done. There's still no entrance, so I set up one of those weird arches again. I lit it all up, obviously. Can't have any monsters spawning. My lawn is literally a beach. I have to take advantage and put a dock right outside my door. I still gotta make it safe, so I added walls and fence gates. But this is my new boat docking ocean entrance station thing. Oh, and I lit it up too. I have no idea when, but my nether portal lit itself up because the wood got lit on fire, lighting the portal. I went in for 2 seconds, saw a skeleton, and left. Time was running out, so I went on a relaxing boat ride. I'm digging a hole. These villagers aren't gonna enslave themselves. Unfortunately, this was in the middle of a thunderstorm, so I just left my villager out here and went home. He died. I didn't even try to protect him. I took out my anger on these skeletons. I'll feed them to my dog. I brought a new villager to my prison, and this time I made sure to protect him. And I got him a friend. Around this time, you guys were commenting to add a lot of stuff to my world, so I did for like 2 days. Day 7, all I did was add your comments for a YouTube short, so I'll just play it instead. Balls! Add balls to your hardcore world. Every day I add your comments to my 100 days world. First off, a dog house for my dog Greg. Here you go. It's pretty small. Add a banana. Okay. Oh no. Your favorite One Piece character. Shanks. Easy. A cat statue with the words, "I love cats." Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. This is my favorite one, which is why it's right next to my land. Day 8, I'm expanding my base. Currently, my tower isn't a tower. Eventually, it's gonna reach build limit. It's missing a few windows, but for now, it's fine. I need coal, so I'm going in a cave. Pretty dangerous stuff, you get the gist. I did come out with a lot of iron though, and I finished putting all the glass. Day 10, I spent the entire day counting how many diamonds I need to turn this into a diamond block tower. 1,215. This was also when I stopped posting shorts of this world. I'll put a really long, boring text explaining why. Guess what? The UI is normal size now. I no longer have the pressure of uploading daily shorts, so this challenge is actually fun now. I spent most of the day setting up this humble wheat farm inside my base, and I turned the corners of my base into oak logs. logs. This is a pretty banger view, so I went exploring. I found a jungle temple in the forest near my base. These things used to be scary, but thankfully I'm not an idiot. Okay, never mind. I found my first diamond in this chest. I only need 1,214 more to finish my base. I've been neglecting my villagers, but they have beds now. And then we started this piece of bread. My main source of iron right now is golems. Ooh, cool, nice. Guess what? I'm building another wall. I don't like leaving my compound to go see my villagers, so I'm connecting my base to the prison. Unfortunately, fences aren't compatible with walls for some reason, so this is gonna be a little weird. Look at all this fresh new space that I have. Of course, I gotta light it all up. Then I spent 5 minutes in my room doing nothing. For now, I'm gonna work on my villagers, add new doors, kill some golems, and set up a Fletcher. Sticks are the easiest way to get emeralds early game. I ended up literally never selling sticks in this entire 100 days. I'm gonna flatten out all this new area. It just feels more professional. Also filling out all these weird patches. Day 15. I'm mining stone for a very important build. This is gonna go in the new area, and I want it to be elevated on some stone. It just looks cool. This build is gonna be very awesome, but I'm having trouble with this weird wall thing that I had in mind. For some reason, I was just really set on having these dividers in the room. Roofing is easily the worst part of building, so I saved it for the next day and 360 to golem. I added the roof and the windows. Now it's time to dig down. This entire build is actually gonna be underground. This design looks weird now, but trust me, it's gonna have layers like an onion. I took a break and caught some fish to tame this cat. There was also another inside my base. You're literally just asking for it at this point. Comment what I should name my cats. I was thinking Poober, Frank, and Toenail. It's a storage room. I was being mysterious, but it's just gonna be my storage room. I tamed a horse. The problem is most of these horses are either slow or can't jump high. I ended up finding one that I'm okay with. I'm building a stable for my horse. It's not because I care about him. I just don't want him walking all over the place. This took a lot of wood, so he better be grateful. The horse is inside. The stable is also a great place to hang up torches. I hate how there's sand in this area. I'm gonna dig it all up and replace it with dirt. There was a golem in my walls, and I can't risk accidentally hitting it. The dirt is all in, but now I want to fix the rest of my base. The inner core with my towel will all be dirt. Day 21, I'm still working on my lawn. It'll look weird until the grass fully spreads. I'm getting super perfectionistic and even filling in the edges. I gotta add a slope leading to my portal, but cobblestone stairs don't match and they look cheap. I planted some sugarcane as I went on my way to get sandstone. Now this looks way better. I don't know why my portal is in the ground. My portal is open in my base, so I'm gonna build another hub. I don't feel safe knowing mobs can enter my base through the portal. It's gonna be a little sketchy though. Ran out of sandstone. Because the nether hub is made of sandstone, the transition from the beach into the nether will be pretty cool. Now my portal feels safe. I harvested my crops. I love how my storage room has dirt walls. Okay, I lied. I hate it. Golems keep spawning in my wall. I finished up the storage room, but that was just the first level. I plan for this thing to be huge, and one day collect every item in the game. The second level is done. Oh no. I accidentally stripped one of the logs in my base. I'll just leave it like that for now. I'm gonna replace all the glass in my base with glass panes. It just looks better and actually saves more resources.
Win-win.
I'm on an adventure with my horse. I have literally no idea what I was looking for. I spent the rest of the day staring at the bottom right quadrant of my door. I don't know about you, but that's entertaining. Day 25, I'm on a boat ride, looking for sunken ships so I can find some buried treasure. I found a ruined portal with a bunch of free gold, and I found a ship, which means I now possess a map leading to treasure. According to some simple speedrunning knowledge, if I mine straight down, the chest should be exactly right here. Boom! Free emeralds and iron and super mid loot. No diamonds. But apparently there's a deserted village right next to my base.
Look at all my treasure.
I know you're jealous. Just kidding, this is pretty mid. A stupid amount of golems are spawning at this village and near my base, so that's free iron. Also, here's the seed if any of you guys want to play on the same world as me. I'm expanding the wall. There's literally nothing bad about making your base even more safe. I'm making this wall 2 blocks tall for extra protection. I'm also doing this with all of my outer walls. I can't risk a creeper seeing my face and blowing me up. I actually do have a reason for this space though. I have a very important build to put here. Gotta trim the edges to make sure there's maximum safety. Also flatten out the land. It just looks good and it's way better. I'm officially adding the 3rd layer to my storage room. This will be a huge room with all of my chests and every type of block. Unfortunately, this means a lot of work with gravel. I hate gravel. This project also gives me a bunch of cobblestone, which lets me keep working on upgrading the wall. I'm expanding the compound again. I need a lot of space for the things I have planned for this world, and I'm also going to give these villagers more space. I want to make use of all this beautiful land that I have. This new area is going to be my farm. I slept with the prisoners. My bed is way more luxurious. Of course, I got to make all the walls exposed to the outside 2 blocks tall. I can't put my prisoners in danger. Looking back at it, it's crazy how small my base was on day 28 compared to day 100. I need more stone, and the best way to get it is to work on my storage room. Today I connected both entrances into the 3rd floor. Gotta add stairs for maximum luxury. I'm still working on my storage room. Good thing I could just skip straight to me upgrading my wall, especially this backside of my base. It feels by far the least safe. It's exposed to the sandy beach, and it's dangerously close to my main tower. I'm finally giving my villagers all this extra space. More space equals more villagers, which equals more profit. I'm at the abandoned village. Guess what I'm doing here? I'm getting more beds for the villagers. Also a bunch of free books, which is nice. An Enderman teleported inside of the inner core of my base. The most crucial spot that needs to be the safest. Let this be a message to all the mobs out there. Gave the villagers all their new beds, and when I placed down a lectern, the first villager that got it immediately gave me mending. This is insane. But if I don't trade with him within 5 minutes, he'll reset his trades and lose the mending book, I think. I'm speedrunning all this sugarcane so I can make paper to trade with him. Mending is the most important enchantment because it lets you repair your tools with XP so they never break. Oh yeah. Now this mending book trade is locked in forever. It's time to fill in this new area. I'm gonna reveal what it is now. It's gonna be my animal pens, where I keep my cows, sheep, pigs, and chickens. But I ran out of stone. The pens are now in and divided. Also, I fixed the weird spot on my base. I'm not joking, it stays like this until day 100. I genuinely forgot to fix it. Fence gates are in, but to get the animals, I need lead, which requires string, so I'm back at the abandoned village. First, I'm bringing the cows. I like this new design with the bull horns. I had to break my wall to fit these guys, but it's probably better off 2 blocks wide anyways. First, animals in. Next up is chickens, probably my favorite farm animal. I love the way they look. There's a stray cat in my base, but I'm just gonna let it loose. Then I brought pigs. These ones are gonna be mismatched because I like the new red ones. Finally, the sheep. All the animals are now in. I just gotta breed them every now and then, and eventually this farm will be full of animals. Also gotta add as much safety as possible. I'm betraying my horse. He's just too slow, and I want a faster one. Oh yeah, this one's fast. From my experience, the white ones are always the fastest. I got some bad news for you, old horse. It's nothing personal, I just don't like you. Welcome to your new home. I'm working on my farm now, and it's gotta all be dirt. These water sources should be perfectly spaced apart. There was a golem in my farm.
I hate that.
So far, these days have been chill, but they're nothing compared to the last 20 days, where I'm gonna beat the Ender Dragon and enter the End Cities. Apparently, if you separate your crops into columns like this, wheat, carrots, it will actually grow faster, but I don't have enough carrots yet, so it'll take a while. This golem was offering the villagers a poppy, so I destroyed him. They only listened to me, pal. I stole carrots from the village next to me. The carrot empire is growing. This time the golem spawned in the prison, so this was a little bit tricky. I went exploring and found the Enderman. No Ender Pearl. I wasn't looking for anything specific, I just went in a circle. Once again, I stared at my super interesting door for the rest of the day. I promise this is the last time, probably. I'm expanding my base again. It's not a tower unless it's tall. The hard part is making all the window designs unique, and also takes a bunch of wood. The new stories are officially in. It's 5 stories tall, still short. Then I bred my animals. I'm taking down this old farm. It's just useless and kinda in the way. Don't worry, eventually I'll replace it with something way cooler. Like right now, I am immediately replacing it with the cool thing. Guess what it is? I went out for some resources and tamed a parrot. His name is Lil Joey. That is unnegotiable. I've literally never built one of these, so this is weird. Building the entrance took a lot of time. It's hard getting it to look 3D. It's a beehive. I'm building a beehive to farm honey. I spent the entire day finishing this, and I lured a bee inside. Now there's 2. 3, actually. Never mind, it's 2. The baby bee immediately flew straight into the fire. That's a problem for tomorrow. Just some technical difficulties. Luckily, I have my sheep. There, no more baby bees will be burning barbarically by the bonfire. I stayed just to make sure. I'm setting my sugarcane back up. For some reason, I never start farming it until I actually need it. Also gotta remember to tame my cats. I need them for my future creeper farm. Bad news, I am going in a cave. It only took me like 40 days, but I'm actually gonna get some diamonds. Spoiler alert, this is the closest I got to dying during this challenge. Except the last 20 days. I went around this huge cave and got a bunch of diamonds. But then this happened. I'm about to be comboed by the skeleton and the zombies, and I will die. If I try swimming up the water, the skeleton will knock me down. Luckily, I paused and came up with the best way to survive. First, I left the world because there's a tiny chance they despawn, and I safely, immediately blocked myself in. Pay attention, noobs. This is how you safely survive. I was about to leave the cave, but then this image came to my mind. So I almost died again. Why is every child in the region surrounding me right now? Also, there was a chicken jockey, and I got the music disc. After that second encounter, I decided the smartest move would be to almost die again. I had to once again block myself in. I am never going in a cave again. On the plus side, I came out with 36 diamonds, which is plenty for full diamond gear and tools. On day 42, I officially have full diamond, but I'm not gonna use my diamond tools yet. They don't have mending. And then to end the night, I listened to this banger song. I prefer the peaceful bee watching over dying in a cave. I have huge plans, and I'm once again expanding my wall. This wall will contain my favorite part of the entire base. I love what goes in here. Obviously, I gotta make it 2 blocks tall. First, I gotta remove all the grass, and now I'm gonna level out this entire area. This project was gonna take a few days, so I threw on a podcast and started shoveling. I had to cut out Minecraft audio for a few days because OBS was recording the podcast audio. But this was my favorite part of the challenge, just listening to a podcast and doing a super boring task. This was super chill. And if you watch this far, please stick around because it only gets better from here. It's all leveled out now. Time to reveal what this is for. It's a pumpkin farm. Are you surprised? Pumpkins are a great trade with farmer villagers for easy emeralds. I put an entrance to the pumpkin farm. Gotta keep it safe. I'm going in the nether. I came here quickly to get bone blocks. These are a great source of bone meal, so I can speed up my pumpkin growth. This pumpkin farm is my favorite build, and I think it's because it's just chill. Building it was chill and farming it is satisfying. Minecraft audio is back, baby. I spent the entire day working on my pumpkins. I don't know what it is, but working on this farm was super addicting. Day 48, all I did was work on my pumpkins. There was this one clip where I showed off my drag clicking. I have this mouse for speedrunning, which is the best mouse for drag clicking. The last few pumpkins are officially planted. Today I spread my sugarcane and made sure it was growing. And I worked on my pumpkins, okay? Can you blame me? I feel like a farmer. Day 50, I'm finally doing something. I'm taking my horse 2,000 blocks away. Can you guess what it's for? Frogs. I'm going to a swamp to get frogs. In one of my old worlds, I built a frog kingdom. So I'm building one in this world, and it's gonna have hundreds of frogs. I'm gonna be honest, I used chunk base to find the swamp in this world.
6 exposed. The dark truth of 6.
Listen, I had to do this. The nearest swamp was literally 2,000 blocks away. And frogs are essential. The frog kingdom was a personal need in this Minecraft world. Took me a while, but I'm here. I'm gonna spend a few days here, so I'm gonna build a shelter. And I'm keeping my horse on a leash. Now I need to explore this swamp. In order to get frogs, I can't just bring them 2,000 blocks on a leash. So I need to breed them and wait for their tadpoles to hatch. Then I can grab the tadpoles in a bucket and bring the tadpoles home. But to breed them, I need slime balls, so I need to wait for nighttime to find some slime. So yeah, I'm gonna be out here for like 3 days. I spent the entire night out hunting slime. And then I started breeding some frogs. There, now I just gotta wait like 20 minutes. I bred another batch just in case something goes wrong. When tadpoles spawn, they go flying all over the place. So I protected the spawning puddles with walls. They spawned, and this skeleton knew how important frogs are, so he fought me to the death. I got 4 tadpoles. Didn't need the backup. I'm going home. Oh, there goes the swamp shelter. Whatever. I'm going back home. Took a whole day, but I'm back. Feels good to be home. And immediately farm my pumpkins, obviously. Now I gotta build a wall for the frog kingdom, right next to my pumpkins. You're probably wondering what a frog kingdom is. In one word, I would describe it as essential. Now my entrance is stretched out, so I put another entrance. Look at all that land. Now I gotta flatten this area out as well. This will once again be a meaty project, but the payoff is so worth it. Day 56, I finished flattening out the area and lit it all up. Now I'm gonna need a bunch of wood for this kingdom. By the way, whenever I need wood, I go to this oak forest like 200 blocks away. Got all my wood now, I need to build this thing. Oh, it's gonna be huge. Boat clutch. By the way, look at my dirt collection. Oh yeah, dry clicking made building this thing super satisfying. I ran out of wood. I don't know why, I just never had wood this entire challenge. I ran out of wood. At least I lit up the place. Another day, another frog kingdom grind. It is finished. I still need more wood. Time for the hard part, the inside. This is where the hundreds of frogs will swim around and have fun. I want to set up a restaurant, a secret cave, and a bunch of cool pools for these little guys. Obviously, I'm adding a bunch of walls. There's gonna be a bunch of separate rooms. This is like my 7th time going out to get wood. I'm setting up the rooms right now. It's time to bring in the tadpoles. Now I have to fill in this entire place with water and make sure it's all water sources. This has got to be one of the top 5 most annoying things in Minecraft. This is pain, but I gotta do it for the frogs. The pool on this side is gonna be deeper because that's cool. Yo, the frogs grew up. Welcome to the world, frogs. This is still very annoying. And FYI, I haven't been working during night. That's dangerous. I just sleep. Follow your bedtime, kids. Day 64, we've reached a whole stack of days. Now I'm filling in this room with water. This room is gonna be the secret entrance into the frog chill spot. The water's gonna lead into this room with signs. I don't know what I'm gonna put in this room. I spent the entire day setting up the stupid water. Now all the water is filled, I can get rid of these water sources. I'm done with the frog kingdom for now. I'm just gonna breed them every now and then. I obviously went back to my amazing pumpkins. Each harvest gives me half a stack of emeralds, by the way. I'm clearing out the area outside the entrance. I want it to be flatter. I am setting up the patented 6-tone ultra safe mob proof quadruple airlock security entrance design. It's gonna take a while to set up because this entrance needs to let me in extremely fast in case I'm getting chased by monsters, and it needs to be super safe. Still setting it up, day 66. This thing will be perfect. I'm setting up 2 trapdoors for maximum security. That's not all. Even if you get past the trapdoors, you need to crouch to be able to get through this tight gap and then open these 4 fence gates. There's literally 4 airlock systems in this door to absolutely make sure that if you're not a player, you cannot get inside my base. Day 67. Don't say it. Unfortunately, this area on the side of my base still feels extremely unsafe. I can't have that, so I'm gonna wall it up and add it to my compound. It's gonna be tricky with this open cave right underneath. I have to fill it in to make sure no mobs get inside my base. Once again, I gotta make the wall 2 blocks tall. I've still been going down here every time I need to get stone. I just don't really show it. I'm gonna wall off this lava pit. I don't want to fall in, but I still think the lava's precious and I can't waste it. Now it's time to flatten this all down. Gotta make sure there's no ugly gravel. Even the lava pool has to be perfect. Oh! Somehow a pigman got inside of my base through the portal, but I have no idea how. The portal is protected by a nether hub. Does Minecraft just not render it? And now it's all lit up. Gotta get to my pumpkins every now and then. Now I have 2 farmer villagers, so I always sell all my pumpkins. I'm gonna turn this area into a huge sugarcane farm. It's super useful for elytra and villager trades. It's all planted. Then I spent the rest of the day tending to my animals. I'm getting fish because I always forget to tame my cats. I'm gonna add another entrance on this side of the base. It's gonna be the exact same design to stay extra safe. This thing I built for a viewer was in the way, so I took it down. Here it is. It's the exact same as their original. Finishing touches on day 73, and I'm expanding my sugarcane farm. I also have to improvise how to set up the lights. I am once again expanding the wall. This wall will probably take the most work. It's gonna be pretty sketchy with this huge mountain in the way, but I want to put some cool things in here. I don't know when I'll actually finish the storage system. For now, it's just a stone source. The wall is done, and I added fence gates. I'm really contemplating flattening this out or not. This will by far be the hardest area to flatten out. It's a literal mountain. 2 days, and I'm not even halfway done. Look at all that stone I gotta dig out. Gotta take a pumpkin break every now and then. Look at all that dirt. Too bad dirt is mostly useless. Finished mining the dirt. Now I gotta do the stone. This will be fun.
Oh, my frogs have been multiplying, alright.
I procrastinated the digging a lot.
Chicken jockey!
Done. Look at all that cobblestone. And this is all my dirt so far across all my chests. I spent the entire day doing chores to relax after all that digging. Day 81. It's the final 20 days. I'm going into the nether to get blaze rods to beat the game. I tried using speedrunner tech to find the fortress, but failed miserably. I ended up walking the other direction and found it immediately, like right next to my portal. Pay attention, kids. This is the official 6-tone safest way to get blaze rods. Step 1, enter the fortress. Step 2, place head bonkers everywhere so you don't get jump scared by wither skeletons. Step 3, find the spawner. Step 4, run inside as fast as you can and immediately block yourself in. Don't actually go inside the spawner room. Just create a small hole and wait for blazes to fall down, and then use blocks to push the blaze rods towards you. This method is really cringe and slow, but this is the least amount of damage I've ever taken from the blaze. Took the whole day, but I got all the rods, and I ran home as fast as I could. Obviously, I went straight to my pumpkins. For the ender pearls, I'm not going to risk dying in a bastion or a blue nether biome. I'm just going to trade with this cleric. Apparently, this wasn't my first time, because I already bought 19 ender pearls. I am not going back in the footage to check. A pillager and his friends were right outside my lawn, so I killed them. It wasn't that hard. Before I go to the end, I want to find another dog to tame with mine. I was pretty stupid and went out without my super fast horse. I have him now. Let's go on an adventure. Of course, I brought a bed with me. I spent the whole day and couldn't even find one. Before I go to the end, I want to absolutely make sure I have the perfect gear. I bought 2 stacks of arrows. This should be enough. To be extra safe, I'm going to wear a carved pumpkin so I don't anger Enderman. I'm using a texture pack to hide the annoying overlay. You might call this cheating, but I can't risk losing a world I've spent weeks working on. I have everything. Now it's time to find the stronghold. This might take a while. It's probably right under this island. I was right. Also, I low-key left my horse here for the rest of the 100 days. According to some nerdy speedrunner techniques, the staircase to the stronghold should be right underneath me. I was right. Now it's time for the worst part, finding the portal. This always takes a stupid amount of time for no reason. It took me like 5 minutes, but I found it and broke the silverfish spawner immediately. I cleaned up my inventory and immediately jumped in. From now on, we're in the end days. It's really hard to track what day it is in the end, so until I get back to the overworld, I would just keep it a secret. It's time for the end fight. I'm gonna be honest, this was pretty boring. I was super safe and took down every crystal. Then I waited for its perches and shot it with arrows. There were no close calls. I was super safe, which is the main theme of this series, safety. I made sure to get the dragon egg. It's day 89. Just keep a mental image of that. I still gotta get an elytra though. Here we go. Finding the end city was pretty safe, especially with my pumpkin hat on. I found 2 end cities and both had an end ship, which means 2 elytras. I'm making sure to be extra safe. I'm placing a huge pool of water, so if I fall, I'll land here. First elytra acquired. Also some new armor. I got a little greedy and I could have died here. I don't even want that many shulker boxes. I'm going straight to the second elytra. Technical difficulties, the shulker pellets followed me from the other end city. Of course, I did the same water strategy again. This is really safe. I highly recommend this. Also, this time I remembered to get the dragon head. Boom, 2 elytras. It's just that easy. It's time to go home. I don't want to get greedy and die. I did it. I beat Minecraft. Psst. By the way, there's a special teaser at the end of this video for everyone that watched the whole thing. So don't click off yet. It might be a face reveal. I watched the cutscene for like 4 minutes and it kept going, so I just left. I'm not even home yet. I have to walk there. I'm back home, day 91. I have 9 days left of this challenge. Here's all my treasure. I scrumpled together some iron to invest in an anvil and put mending on my elytra. This is the first time I actually watched the sunset. Notice that thing in my inventory? That's my plan for the last 8 days. I want to grow a happy gas, but in order to grow it faster, I need snowballs. I did the pro gamer strat of just running in a random direction you haven't gone yet. And after like 2,000 blocks, I actually found snow. I don't know how many I need, so I'm just gonna fill up my inventory. I guess I just leave this guy in water and he should grow up. I stayed up even during nighttime to wait for him to grow. But when he was about to grow up, I accidentally did this. You have no idea how mad this made me. Why does Mojang let you instantly break it with a pickaxe? Yeah, this time, I just waited in my room. It finally grew up and I brought way too many snowballs. This thing is awesome. Here I am all the way up. Every part of my body wants to jump down and boat clutch. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I tricked you guys. I was wearing my elytra. Now I just gotta trap this guy in my base, I guess. Just kidding, I want to build a docking station for this guy, so I need some wood. Apparently it's day 97, and I thought it was day 95. I somehow lost track of 2 days, and I think it was when I stayed up at night for the happy gas. Don't worry, you didn't actually miss 2 days of footage, I just lost track of when the days changed. Time to build this new docking station. I was just following a tutorial, so this was pretty boring. But now it's done, and it actually works at trapping my gas. Day 98. I have 3 more days of actually playing this world. I lit up all the new area, and I stayed awake at night to get gunpowder for firework rockets. I want to fly at least once on this world, and I gotta get cool B-rolls in the air for the intro. Day 99, I made my first firework rockets. It was fun to finally relax and fly over my land I spent the past 99 days building. Also, a villager ended up outside here, so it's today's goal to get him inside the prison. It took like 2 minutes. I spent the rest of the day getting a bunch of wood. When I log back on for 200 days, I want to have a bunch of wood saved up. Day 100. This video was obviously inspired by Luke the Notable, who actually commented on my channel. I spent all of day 100 recording cool shots. Then I ended in the perfect way, watching the sun go down. Also, if anyone has any suspicions that I cheated during this world, I'll be happy to give you guys full footage of any of these days, because I actually didn't cheat, and that's why I love this world so much.
Psych!